Let's take a look at a more sophisticated Deno TypeScript project. In this case, I'm going to build a system resource monitor here. And if we take a look at the overview of what this project looks like in the README here, we can actually take a look at all the different things that we can do. So first up here, we would use the system API capabilities for reading proc. We could look at real-time data collection and analysis, actually have colors. And what's nice about this is with Deno 2.3, you can do lots of really cool things like explicitly have permissions. You can actually do a single snapshot. For this case, I could say, hey, Deno run current resources. I could do continuous monitoring, like if I want to have my own version of, let's say, like a top. And then finally, we can do a compile and run, which I think is really compelling because again, I can build my own executable and maybe I use that instead of htop or top or some other tool. So let's look at the basic structure here. First up here, we have a mod, and this mod is essentially the entry point where we have everything inside of our application. We have this main here, and we see all the help menu that tells us everything that we're doing inside of our application. And there's some basic boilerplate. So again, the entry point for our CLI. The deps is kind of a cool concept where we have all our dependencies in deps.ts, and you can see here pretty clear to understand what's actually happening. Now we can look at tests as well. So I have tests here for mod tests. I have unit tests as well. And then inside the library, this is where I have all of the core code. So we have the monitor code here, right, that goes through and builds out the monitoring stuff. We have the critical path here that does, warnings, etc., alerting. And then we have our CLI where we have all the logic for our CLI inside of here. So not a lot of code to build something like this. And then the orchestration occurs via the makefile. So in this case, we have, again, the structure that I like, which is I have a help menu, format, lint, check, test, compile, etc. So let's go ahead and cd into this. And we go to the resource monitor. I'm going to do make help so I can get this nice help menu if I want. If I want to build that, that would be a great capability. In this case, though, I'm going to say make format, double check. I'm going to do make lint, and then I'm going to do make check, right? So I have a whole series of things that I can do by just following the make file. In the case of make test, I can see I'm using the coverage as well. So in this case, look, I get a nice coverage report already built in, which is pretty cool that you get all that stuff. And then if I do make compile, I think this is one of the killer features of this is that, boom, we compile this into executable, and now it shows up into the dist menu. So from here, look at this, I can just go .dist. We can do system resource monitor, go ahead and do watch. And in this case, we know that we need to do compile allow all so that we have a missing flag here that we need to fix. So pretty easy to fix. How do we do that? Let's just go through here. Let's go to compile, and we can see in this case, we just need to change this to allow all. Let's go ahead and recompile it. There we go. And actually that shows the power of using something like this, is that you explicitly have to say what it is you're doing. And here we go. We got a real-time resource monitor, and it was built with the dependencies already included. This is something I could distribute to another machine on my ecosystem. We got a nice resource generator here, memory, disk. We also have the ability to look at the top processes. Honestly, we're at the point now where we can build these kinds of tools very quickly with something like Deno, and it's really getting the best of both worlds. It's getting the best of Rust, or we're getting the best of TypeScript, and you can combine it all together to have a very safe and performant scripting language that builds these standalone executables. And these